This is called The World Didn't End at 19. You'd never know, but I was fighting for my life 5 years ago. If you had to ask me anything about myself, I wouldn't know. I spent too many years watching people leave with bits of me just disappear and go. A smile on my face was my permanent costume because I was always ready to participate in the show. No insight into where I was headed and lost with no direction. Looking into the mirror, I couldn't even tell you who that person was in the reflection. All my life, I had only known what it was like to feel rejection, and I'd stick by your side through thick and thin, all for a little bit of affection. I took every red flag you ever showed me and took each one for my collection. And I often look back to this period of my life in retrospection. What makes me angry is I never once shouted, "Objection!" I'd lost connection. I'd lost touch with every soul that crossed my path. At 17, I had no idea that he would be the cause of this aftermath. But this was just the awakening of my internal wrath. I was no longer going to follow in everyone else's footpath. This isn't a poem about a breakup. No, it's not. Just wait and see. This is about the girl that only got by coping with endless cups of tea. Blinded by coercive manipulation through the fog I couldn't see, and in all of that I lost the person who should have meant the most, me. It went from me feeling everything all at once to some days nothing at all, to keeping my curtains closed so I couldn't tell what time it was and just staring blankly at the wall. I felt like I had hit my rock bottom. There wasn't any further I could fall, and there was no one that I could speak to on the other end. No one that I could call. It was like I was waiting for the program of my life to download, to update, and to install, and for the first time in my life I felt completely insignificant, and somehow I was small. I wasn't grieving the loss of him, I was grieving the loss of myself, because I didn't know, I wasn't grieving the loss of him, I was grieving the loss of myself. For years I had left my tin of dreams collecting dust on the shelf. But I didn't know if I wanted them anymore, because I didn't know if that was for me. I didn't know how to do anything but just exist and just be. If only I had saved my years of heartbreak by what I couldn't foresee, but no one was coming to save me but me, and that was a guarantee. They say that youth is wasted on the young, and I felt like I wasted mine. But what I didn't know then that I know now is that I had so much time. I was grieving the loss of me because I knew I'd never get to be that version of myself again. I knew I would never love so carelessly that I would forget about myself like I did back then. I knew I could never love so recklessly and then yet be so free. But what I didn't know was I had boundaries, they were just locked up inside of me. I needed to put the baggage down that I've been carrying with the label we. I've had enough of keeping quiet for the sake of other people, even when I disagree. See, I've always been a people pleaser, the yes man. I do everything with a smile. That was fine, I thought it was just who I was, and I took it as a life lesson for a while. Until one day, I just could not do it anymore. I couldn't let everyone tread all over me while I was lying on the floor. I also deserve to enjoy my life and to get to say no. This isn't your movie I'm casted in, I'm the lead role in my show. So I'm dusting my tin of dreams clean, and I'm finally putting myself first. And all of you blood-sucking vampires, well, you'll be dying of thirst. Every day I wake up with the dream of my face on your TV screen, because the world did not end when I was 19.